Hi, I'm James. This is my 2024 timesheet review. It's my first ever long form video, so it's kind of weird, but all right. Pretty much, I'm gonna ramble on, so I'll leave a timestamp of when I get into the introduction. But pretty much, this is heavily inspired by NMeads, so there's probably gonna be a lot of comparisons. So that's where sorry, took a lot of my um inspiration from. But and then I also want to thank Carter because he was definitely the reason I'm doing this years. But um, 2024 has been an interesting year in Mario Kart terms. So I wanted to showcase my PBs, even though some of them are pretty cringy. I got a couple from 2020, and then I have a new regional top, so I definitely am kind of excited to go over all of those. But without further ado, let's hop into the introduction. Um, so a couple disclaimers before I start. One, I'm going to outline my goal real quick. So my goal for 2025 is to PB on every track just once. Because it'd be nice to be able to look at a timesheet where it all says 2024 or 2025. I'm sorry, instead of um instead of like 2020, 2021, 2022. Like my timesheet this year is all over the place. But also I would like to be able to hit King D standard on the players page on all of the tracks because I have some really horrible times still on there. Um, and then this timesheet doesn't include any flaps or shortcuts or glitches, mostly because I can't do them. Um, but so it's just gonna be clean slate of 32 laps. So hope you guys enjoy. But let's hop into the video. All right. So our first track right here is Luigi Circuit. Time is a 109.957, and I set it all the way back in January of 2023. So this run is not really spectacular. It's just everybody's typical sub 109. Um, my goal here is just a point 0.7. I have nothing really like I really want nothing. I uh I don't really care for this track as much. It's mostly just me. It's mostly just my default spear track. When I get bored, I struggle with this track immensely. I have no idea why I struggle with this track immensely, but I just do. Like my best lap one I think is a low 3, maybe a high 2. And then I've gotten a couple of low 2s, and I think I have 1.1. It's like a 199. So I have potential on this track, and it could be lower than a point 0.7, but I don't really want to spend any time dealing with it, so I might just stick at a point 0.7. I mean, could it go lower? Yeah, and it may go lower than a point 0.7. Maybe I'll, get really on it with the spear, but other than that, nothing really notable about this run. Let's check out my splits because everyone's paying attention. So 0.4, 2, and a 2. Typical. I think those were my best laps too for like in an actual run. But onto Moo Moo Meadows, this track took like a million years. It took me like a week and a half, I think. I had like 20 failed 116s. Yeah, no, so okay, this is a time of 116.899. I set this on my birthday. I was so hyped in 2024 this year. But my goal is a point 0.4, and I'll get into why here in a second. Oh gosh, it's at lap 1. Hit 6. But so the reason I have it at a 4, and maybe it's just MMM blindness, but I've gotten a whole bunch of point 0.3s lap 1 and lap 2. Obviously not consecutively, but just doing attempts. So I'm convinced I can go lower, but I just can't mentally play this track that long, or else I lose my mind, just like anybody else does. But this is a track that I definitely think I can lower it a good solid 0.4 margin. So that's why I picked 116.4. I'm really convinced I can do. Yeah, watching this, I'm really convinced I can easily get that 0.4, maybe even go lower. But every time I pick a hard goal, I get burned out really quickly. So I've decided, this year I think it's a good thing I do easier goals, as that might help me a lot more. onto Mushroom Gorge now. My time is a 141.243. I set it this year, maybe about a week and a half ago, and my goal time is a 139. So this has kind of been my experimental thing I've been up to. Didn't really expect anything to come of it. I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't think I'd have a regional tops time, nor did I think I'd stick with it. But here I am, I guess, 2 months later. So a little bit of a backstory on this. I was in the midst of Double Dash, so I having the time of my life Double Dash. And I remember Flam's, I think it was like his first ever pace for world record, came out, and I remember seeing it on YouTube, and I was like, dang, this is cool. So I sent it to Shane, and Shane's like, yeah, he's teaching me. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Didn't really think much of it, and Shane's like, I'm gonna invite you to the server. So he invited me to the server, and Flam spent, I think, like a month and a half teaching me how to do it. And here we are. 2 months later, I have my first ever tops time. I bumped Blaze off the regional tops, which is kind of crazy to think about, because he had world, I don't remember what year he had world record in, but that was one of his world record times from whenever it was world record, maybe 2015. I don't remember, but I remember when I set it on stream, and I was really mad that day because I had like no good laps, and I could not make it over the gap. And then I just did this. I said, okay, last attempt, I did this. So I'm really hyped, even though it's not my goal. As you can see, 33-0, 33-7, 34-3, and I almost have tops. So I have a lot to work on. But moving on to Toad's Factory, looks like I have a time of 152.455. Set it this year. This was one of my horrible tracks. So mostly this year's PBs were most of this year's PB improvements were on tracks I sucked at. I really wanted to make it look better, because if I didn't, it would have looked like 10 times worse. But my goal for this is a 159. I can do it. I just have to get into it. Nothing really noteworthy about this run. No. Yeah, I missed the freaking low trick. Yeah, there's nothing I'm just like that stands out to me. It's just a PB. Just a PB to check it off the block. And I was gonna keep going, but I got burnout on this track, and I was like, I got my goal in a way. Yeah, there's like your average mid guys run, essentially. I think I know there is one noteworthy thing, but I'll keep it to myself until the end, because I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. But I'm only doing the 1-1-1 strat because I was gonna try and do two. It was either 2-0-1 or 2-1-0. They were like, don't do that. You're too bad for that. And I was like, okay. It's also kind of hard. Oh, that's weird. This is what I remember, actually. There's a bad alignment, and I barely made it. I paused my game because I thought I hit the edge, but I probably by a frame or pixel, I probably barely made it on there. But we made it on there, and we got this dog of a PB. Could have probably been a point too if I didn't mess up the ending. Now Mario Circuit. This is kind of mid. Nothing really to say. It's your average MC run. I have like nothing to say about. I have nothing good to say about this. I have nothing to say about it at all. I will say I do like this run because I do get all my drop chain in the second lap, but I have good alignment, and I hit a lot of my wheelies. Like I don't have to wheelie adjust. This is like my only wheelie adjustment this whole entire like race. A lot of drops, that's right there. I think I also did this one live on stream. My friend joined and gave me like $5. And then he was like PB, and this was literally, I think, like a couple attempts later. A little bit of a wheelie nudge there. That's okay. I think my biggest struggle was just like these corners. That corner was good, but like my lap 1 and 2 corners were pretty bad. But as you can see, goal is a 122.1. I think I picked it because I think O'Bison has that, and I just want to be like O'Bison on this track. So, yeah. Feel bad because I'm not really saying much, but I have nothing to really say about these tracks. These are all just made like 0.6, 0.6, 0.5. Oh, not this map. Coconut Mall. So my PB is a 159.846. I set this was my last PB before the Mushroom Gorge PB. So this is this one I quit playing because I was like, this game blows. But my goal here is a 158.5. I just suck at this game. I just suck at this map. That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad as well. But I just can't, for the life of me, I can't get good at this track. I don't know why. Maybe it's maybe the boost panels, but like I do hop. I'm trying to think of like reasonable reasons as to why I might not be cooking. I just don't know. Yeah, but this track has always been a struggle for me. Okay, there's a struggle reason right there, but I've never been good at this track, like at all. Like this track has always been a pain to play. So I want to get a one. Okay, maybe watching back. Actually, I think I can tell you why I don't have a good time. But watching this back, I definitely am like, wow. There's lots of improvement. I mean, a lot of it's just me not driving horribly. Like I have a whole bunch of, I guess, adjustments. But I think a 158.5 is definitely doable. It's in my cards. I don't have splits for it, but if I can actually learn how to drive this track, it's so easily doable. Yeah. I think one thing I'll probably have to practice is just the boost panels. I think being able to practice the boost panels will be able to really help me. But yeah, not really good splits. No. Nothing to really write home about. Next, we have DK Summit for 152.997. Barely got my goal. Barely got my goal. I got this in March of this year, and my goal for this year is a 150. I say that because I have a whole bunch of 36 times, or 36 laps, 1, 2, and 3. I just can't string them all together. I'll just randomly get a really good lap, and I'll be like, wow. My biggest problem actually might be the cavern, or not the cavern, the beginning part, the moguls, and then I think it's everybody's problem. But and then the double gap, I take it too slow. And then one thing I've always struggled on is this first zipper part. For whatever reason, I just can't get a tight angle. I always get like horribly thrown. So yeah, if I just fix up some of this easy stuff, we will be fine. I mean, okay, so these gaps don't look horrible. I don't really see anything totally wrong with it. That is slow. That is slow. 37.7. Yes, I'm blind reacting to some of these because I haven't even seen some of these since I said it. Jeez. Okay, there we go. A decent setup. That's all right. It's a pretty bad mobile setup though. That's okay. I don't really care. Pretty good. Okay. And I remember being like, okay, just make it Let's make it. I've been on pace. Yeah. Oh my gosh. How I got a 152 is insane. I was blessed that day that I got it. Because I would have been like so sad if I got a... Yeah, I would have been very sad if I got a 153.0 because man. Alright. A track I haven't touched. This is one of the first PBs. One of the first older PBs, I should say. This is a 157.089 that I set way back when in August. Skip the... Alright, we're already getting into the shenaniganry. But I set this way back when in 2021. Can't even think of what I was doing in 2021. So let's just sit back and watch this god-awful PB. What are we doing? What am I doing? Gosh, this is hard to watch. My goal, I guess why we're over the boring part, like, oh, I missed a, okay, whatever. I missed a wheelie, but that's, or I missed a drift, but that's okay. But my goal is a 152.9. I can get it. Watching this, I can get it. I am gonna learn detach, because, you know, detach is the new thing. Detach is super easy. Well, I shouldn't say it's easy, but it's less of a learning curve than other things are, so we're gonna learn some detach. And I missed it. Okay, awesome. I think I was just getting PBs to get PBs back then, man. I don't know if I was struggling. Like, I could do, like, I'm pretty, actually, take that back. I actually almost beat this with my flat attempt. I didn't even wheelie. And I almost fell off. I'm just playing to play, I guess. What the heck? Yeah, I have no idea. This is me playing in 2021. Why do I suck? Yeah, this this is actually one of the two tracks I have left. So this track and Rainbow Road are the two tracks I have left in my horrible tracks I need to PB. Mushroom Gorge was a part of that because I had a 146, but we wiped that with a 141 now. Yeah, 39-4, 38, 38-8. Oh my god. This track is underrated. I like this track. I played this all of January, essentially. So I 130.961 on Daisy Circuit. PB'd this in the beginning of January of this year, and my goal is a 0.3. I just want one for 3 stair dive run, and I'll be fine. But watching over, you know, I don't know. Every time I watch my PBs back, especially if I just set them, I'm just like, you know, I can do no wrong. You know, where did I go wrong? And then I come back like a year later, essentially, and I'm just like, oh, I could do this, I could do this, this is bad, this is horrible, blah, 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 this, and that. And I was just like, jeez. Because I remember, actually, and I bring that up because I remember complaining and being like, how am I getting, you know, how am I at a 130.9? You know, I'm not even going wrong anywhere. You know, missing the soft drift. Took too long to drift there. Not an instant drift, or not an instant wheelie. I missed a slip, but oh well. But yeah. I've gotten a couple stair dive, or not PBs, but I've gotten a couple stair dive completed laps. So I can easily push this down with stair dive if I was to get like a 3-for-3 stair dive. Currently, my best would probably be like a low 130, breaking in on 129. But I think it'd be nice to be able to get a 133 or 130.3 without stair dives, because I can do it without stair dives. Anybody can. But I just need to cook. Just need to hop on the cook. All right, this is a blast from the past. CCCJ. If anybody knows, if anybody was around back then for the crazy cart combo challenge or crazy cart challenges or whatever, they were doing an event. Well, first I should say 225.917. I set this back in September of 2021. My goal is a 221. Oh my gosh. But going back to what I was saying, I was doing the crazy cart challenge. It was like use the jet the bubble jet thing. Oh my gosh, dude, drive. But it was like the jet bubble. Why can't I think of the name? It's the little cart bike. You know, it's a little bike that the small characters use. Um, but oh my gosh, this is horrible. But I was doing that challenge, and I remember being like, man, I really like Koopa Cave. It's really fun. And then I decided to play it, and this is the movie I got. Which I'm not complaining. This is pretty okay, I guess, for my standards. This isn't horrible. I used to be able to do Mander Strat. I still can do Mander Strat. It's just really inconsistent because I can't stick in the water. And why I went left instead of right is beyond me. And watching these runs and being, and I missed the trick. Watching these runs are kind of crappy. Like, I'm just like, jeez. 48.5, and I was just like, screw it. I didn't even readjust. I just wheelie turned and wheelie nudged like crazy, and was like, oh well, we'll deal with it. Yeah, see, I got stuck in the current. It was weird. Nothing really much. This lap 3 was better. Curious on what this lap 3 split was. 7. Oh, it was even worse. 6.57. Yeah, I could easily get a 221. That's the goal. All right, time for another yearly. You know, this year's PB. This is a 221.478 that I set this year in February, and the goal is a 219. And I say 219 because I remember, I think Yang commented like, "Oh, 219able." So I was just like, it's 219. I've had a couple 46s roll my way as well, like mid 46s. Like, I think my best lap one is like a 46.5, and I think I had a lap 2 that was like a 46.4. So it's easily possible. I just hate Maple Tree Way. This is not one of my favorite tracks to play, but that's all right. Yeah, that was a weird trick. Yeah, as you can see, bad lap, but it's still got a 47, so it's possible. You know, if I spent more time into it, I probably could get it. But what sucks is the wiggler cycle. Like, that was the horrible part. Oh my gosh, that was horrible. I can't remember if it's that wiggler section or if it's the next wiggler cycle that screws me. It was not very good. I think it's the lap 3 wiggler section that screws people. Somehow still got a 47.0. I think it's lap 3, because you gotta go, like, I think you have to go around. It's so weird. Yeah, but watching this run, 219 is definitely in my cards. Yes, it's this wiggler section. Because I almost smack into the first one, and then I have to go, like, out of my way to hit the second one. And then a bad attempt at trying to do the little zipper section. Gosh, this must be a painful watch. If anybody's better than me and you're watching this, this must really be painful to watch. It's painful for me to watch, and these are my own PBs, but oh my goodness. Yeah, 47.3. I'll take it. It's not bad. Next is Grumble Volcano, 157.6, and I set this in March of 2021, so another old PB that might suck. Yeah. Yeah, this is bad already. I almost fall off. But yeah, my goal here is a 154.9. I was gonna say 153.9, but I suck. I suck. Yeah, see? Yeah, 39.3 is insane. My ability to drift is pretty lacking. But the reason I did a 154.9 is because I thought I could do 153, but after watching Mystic or Anthony or whatever, Avis, I'm gonna call him Avis. After watching Avis's run, nah, that's pretty bad. I was just like, yeah, I don't feel like dealing with this track long enough to get a 153. So I'm just like, I'll be happy with the 154. I mean, overall though, so far for 2021 driving, this is not my worst. It's okay, slid. Yeah, you know what? This is actually not as bad as I thought this was gonna be. I don't know how to do that ground skip. That's why I feel like the lap 1 and 2 are just immediately like land. But 157.672. All right. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah, 154.9 would definitely be a good goal to start with. But moving on to Dry Ruins, 154.499. Nothing really crazy about this. This was set this year. My previous PB was even older. It was even older than my upcoming PB that you guys will get to see, but finally improved it from a 202 to a 154. The 202 is just a check block. But my goal this year is a 149. Oh my gosh, can I please? Yeah, this is a funny run. This is just a goofball, cornball run altogether. I do this part. I thought this was the coolest thing in the world. I do that just fine. I look dumb. Okay, I almost drift the wrong way. A million adjustments. This is so fun. At least I hit these tricks. At least I didn't go flying into the air. All right, I got the slip, and I immediately fell. I think I go open. This is a glitch, a wall glitchless PB. And why am I doing that? Whatever. This is the most cornball 141 or 154 run like ever. I made it though. Then I think that was my first time making it on lap 3, and I was just like, what am I doing? It's my first time making it on lap 3, so it's just like, whatever, we're just gonna play it out. And I missed it again because I sidetracked by accident. But this is a track that if I didn't suck horribly, I could probably get a 149. So that's why I'm just like, you know what, 149 will be the goal. But I was just like, you know what, we completed it barely. I'm okay with it. Yeah, oh gosh, those are horrible splits. 38.7, 38.8, 36.8. Yeah. Now this one's a fun one. This one I set back in 2022. It's a 145.678 on the Spear manual. It's not even automatic. The manual Spear. I had an obsession with Spear. I still do. I still like Spear, but this was my go-to vehicle on Moonview. But I'm pace locked by the Moat Truck Lap 3, and there's a way around it. I just am being lazy. So this one though, I will improve. My goal is a 144.5. My goal will be with the Bowser bike or the Flame Runner. Yeah, mostly because I'm just like, I don't really like the spear all that much, and I'd want to improve. Like, I know I could get like a 143 point. You could easily. I know it's possible to get a 143 with spear manual. 'Cause I'm not a big spear automatic person. I'm just like, nah. Well, I'll be real and do it the correct way. Although spear manual is super fun, so maybe you know what, maybe I'll come back. And I don't know why I tried to go to the left of the milk truck. I had to slow myself down anyways, so to make that. I don't know why I kept going there, even though I was base locked. You know what? I might, thinking about it after watching this, I kind of want to do spear manual again. So maybe now that my driving has improved since the last time I did it, I might be able to get a 144 with spear manual. I just gotta cook and not drive like an idiot. Like, there are probably better shroom strats I can do for this. So it'd probably just be like a 102 or 210, 201. There's so many shroom strats I could do. But that's a pretty consistent run by me for 2022 standards. So that's pretty crazy to think about. On to Bowser's Castle, set it this year. I always suck at Bowser's Castle. I could never improve on this one to save my life. Yeah. There's nothing really spectacular about this run. Like, I'm trying to conjure up words, and there's no words, because it's weird. It's like, it's not terrible for my standards, but it's also not great. So, like, I'm like starstruck by the fact. Okay, maybe the geysers are. Yeah, the geysers are pretty bad. Ew, 140, 48.1 is wild. Yeah, and the fact that I get a 225.4 with a 48, wait, 816. Oh wait, that means I get a. Hold on, my math isn't mathing. 47, 7, 1. Sorry, I don't know why I couldn't do basic math, but yeah, no, never mind. It's a whole bunch of 48s. That was weird. That is weird. That is weird. Yeah, 48.6. I've gotten a couple 47s as well. My goal is. I think I put my goal. I was like 1 o'clock in the morning when I made this, but I think my goal for 222.9 makes sense. I had a whole bunch of 47.8s, and I think my best lap was like a 47.5 on lap 2. I just am wildly inconsistent, I guess, but 223 would be nice as well, but 222.9, that's a decent goal to go for. Overall though, if I had to sum this run up, it would be just horrible geysers. I failed the 224. I think I remember that I failed 224 doing that. Yeah, 48.6, where it could have been like a 48.1 if I didn't trick, or maybe even a 48.2. All right, my oldest PB. This is the one I've been waiting to watch because I haven't watched this since 2020. So it's a 235.3. And my goal is a 229. I plan on doing kart after I finish my mushroom gorge grind. But yeah, I set this I think 2 weeks after I got CTGP, and for a little bit of background. Enmead had this challenge a long time ago, so if you've been a fan of Enmead for a while, you might remember it, but he had this thing called the Legacy Challenge, I think. He stopped doing it. Rainbow Road, this was his last one, but you had to recreate Stroh's 1 or 230, not 1, 230, doing certain things along the way. So one of them was no moon jump, because moon jump didn't exist when he set the record. And then the second one was you had to use your shroom over the gap that where I used it. Um, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I think I was supposed to go to the left path, and I just think I went to the right and said screw it. So I think I failed the challenge anyways. I didn't listen to the instructions, unless it was right side. I don't remember. It was 4 years ago. But man, this run is just super fun to watch. I just never played Rainbow Road ever again, so I never cared to improve it. I could get a 232 without any issues with bike because I had a couple. Oh my gosh, this is so much to watch. But I had a whole bunch of 140 140. What am I don't even know what I'm talking about. I had a whole bunch of 50-second laps, like 50.9. So 50.8. So I could easily get a 232 with bike, but I want to learn kart because I'm different. And kart's kind of fun, so KMJ and literally just everything else, and I'll be fine. I also hate the ramp cycles. That's the other reason I hate playing this track. I don't even wheelie. I just say screw it. But if Enmead is by chance watching this, I think you need to do the you need to finish the legacy challenge because I want to see this in there. This would be like my last hurrah for my oldest PB, I guess. I don't even know what the next oldest would be. It's part of my Rumble Volcano would be the next oldest. But yep, that sums it up. 235 actually I could have did better. I could have had a 234 if I didn't mess it up. But under the retros. So starting us off, Peach Beach 114.527. Set this in April 2021, and I have a goal for mid 113. I was on paces for 113. I think my saddest story ever is I was on pace for 113 or a really low 114. I don't really remember, but I somehow accidentally let go of the A button, and I failed right at this red pole. I just stopped. I just lost speed, and I was like, why am I losing speed? I was racing a Ghost that time too. It's like the first time I ever raced a Ghost. And yeah, I failed. I was so pissed. I think I missed PBing as well by like 0.5. But I mean, for a 2021 run, this isn't terrible. This was my favorite track to play. This and DCN Mario Circuit back in 2021. This was my go-to, and ironically, this is my go-to in Double Dash as well. Nothing really to say about this run. Just it could be cleaner. Obviously, for 2021 standards, this is pretty good. This is a pretty good run. But for 2024 standards, I need to improve. And I can improve. It is so easy to improve. Yoshi Falls for a 1 minute 0.5. Wow. 2021. Set this in September of 2021. If I remember, my mind serves me correctly, this lap 1 is actually not that bad. It's lap 2 and 3 that is horrible, but 59.4 is the goal. I could easily do it. A lot of my improvements just come from if I grind for a week, I can smack anything out of the water. Yeah, 20.09. That's really good for... I got the stick. I think I get the stick all 3 laps. I think it's just, horrible. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Horrible lines, though, after the bridge, or after the stick is what kills me. I should have did the mini turbo strat there. As you can see, I tried to do it, and this way too late. No, okay, I didn't get the stick there. But it didn't really matter, because I had better alignment. And then I didn't get the waterfall thing there. But yeah, a sub 1 minute would be very nice. I'm tired of looking at the 1:00. It's time. It's time I do it. My split. I've gotten a whole bunch of 19.9s and 8s, so I can do it. Ghost Valley 2 for 53.891, and I set it this year. I've always struggled at this track. Like, no idea why, but I just have. So, it's nice to finally be able to get this one done. Yeah, 18.0 is pretty good. I was talking with Carter actually recently, and he was like, your first drift is a little bit too late. And I was like, that would make sense why I can't release my mini turbo on time. It's on lap 3 that I have a good, like I start the drifts good timing, pretty good. Like the lap 3 one wasn't pretty bad, but I kind of messed it up with the shroom, but I saved it with the recovery. So not terrible. It's not terrible. I definitely want a 53.3. It's possible. My lap 1 is really good. I would say I have a good lap 1, but normally with that type of lap 1 splits, you have a point 0.8 or a point 0.7. I have a point 0.9, so it's not a lot of difference. Another one I set at the beginning of the year, 143.758 in January of 2024. My goal is just a 142, and you'll see why here in a second. Yep. I mean, it works. I could get a 142 with that, but I struggle with the slip drift on this track specifically for some reason. So I just opted to do the Alvin Van Asselt strat, or the Dutch strat. Just ramp it all 3 laps. And I honestly have not gotten bad splits. Like my best lap 1 I remember is a 0.4, and then I have a 0.4 and 4. I think it's 4 across the board. Or it's 3. No, take it back. It's a 4, then a 3. So it's possible. This low trick, I think. Yeah, that low trick is satisfying. That one is satisfying. But honestly, not a lot of goals here. I kind of did what I wanted. I had like a 145, and then I lowered it to a 143. So honestly, for this sake, I'll take it. This is nice. And then I had a really bad low trick lap 3, and I was kind of sad about that. It wasn't bad, but it was like not very good. But rounded out for a 143.7. I skipped from like 144.0 to 143.7, and I was hyped. And I remember before this though, I was on like 3 paces. Like I had like 3 back-to-back-to-back paces. But moving on to the Banana Cup, we got Sherbet Lands for a 206.248, and I set this. This was actually my first track back. So December 2023, this is my first track back during a little session from November to April. So from November to April, so November 23 to April 24, I played this game. So this is my first track back, but my goal is a 205.7. So yeah. Nothing really noteworthy about this run. It's kind of just mid. I remember I struggled with a point. Oh, I struggled with a point. I can't speak. I struggled with a 0.9, and then I was able to come back and lower it to a 0.2. But I really wanted a 205. Always liked this track. It's always been a sleeper track of mine. So that's why I was like, man, I really want to improve it. Hold on. Yeah, 42.1. I think I had a 41. So I don't remember exactly. My cape section could be better because I wiggle my stick. I wiggle my joystick back. Can't even say it. I moved the joystick in a left and right motion too much instead of holding soft left. So yeah, I don't know. 2057 is definitely doable. Yeah, 41. I've gotten multiple 41s, so it's definitely doable. I just have to get on that pace. Shy Guy Beach 124,026, so close to the sub, but September of 2021. My goal here is a 122. I can do it. This is just a horrible time. I don't know where I go wrong. Oh, no, there's one, there's two, there's three. 27.9, so we're on pace for 123 right off the bat. It's not terrible. This doesn't look that bad. 2 drop chains right there, but that's okay. Like, oh, I think I remember. Side trick? Oh, side trick. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I must mess up lap 3 then. Because I'm on pace for like a decent 123. Yep, the crab. Yep. Yeah, there's the mess up. I somehow messed up the hops, so. And I missed the wheelie. Oh, that's so annoying. Because it was a really good lap 1 too. Yeah, 28-2. All because I missed one of the hops. If I didn't mess up the hops, if I just, it would have probably been better. So Delfino Square, 206,986, and I set this back in 2022. This is one of those PBs that no matter what I do, I just can't beat it. I don't know what it is. Like, 2022 me on Delfino Square is insane. My goal here is the 205. I can do it. I just need to cook. Well, that's the reason. We got 42.5. I don't know. Delfino Square is one of those tracks where you can just kind of like quit and come back 6 months later and like PB by like 0.5. I don't know what it is, but that's how I feel about Delfino Square. Like so far, lap 1 and lap 2 hasn't been bad. Lap 2 is pretty bad though at the end. Normally I get unlucky there, but good. Oh, there's a sub. Stick. Yeah, this run is like Bowser's Castle. Nothing really to really say. I mean, there's small little mistakes I make, but yeah, for myself, I don't see anything. I don't see anything at all. Waluigi Stadium this year improvement. I went from I never PB'd, so I never played this track until this year. Like I had no PB going into 2024, but now I have a PB of a 155.0. I just don't like this track. I will forever hate this track. This track is fun on GameCube, like the Double Dash. This track is not fun on the Wii. It's just jank. But I have a goal of 151.9. I could easily do. Why did I not wheelie? But I have a goal, and I think I can get it. Oh, I could probably get turn skip. You know, a turn skip is one of those things where it's just a learning curve, but once you get it, it's pretty muscle memory. But I think if I learn turn skip, I think a 151.9 is possible, and that's the goal. Like, there's nothing really noteworthy about this run, other than just me being dumb and missing the sub as well. Oh, you know what? The ending section, both lap 1 and 2. The ending, I smacked the side of the wall lap 1, and lap 2, I had landing. I don't even remember what happens lap 3. Oh, yeah, that happens lap 3. I absolutely flubbed the wall trick. But I get a better ramp. Or better turn into the ramp, I should say. Man. Yeah, we've been going at this for a while. Man, my throat is killing me. Better ending. Oh, that was my better lap too. Yeah, so I've gotten a couple 37s on this, so it's definitely a 151 is definitely doable. It's in the cards. Oh, this is an old one. I think this would be my new oldest. Once I beat Rainbow Road, but time is a 139.285, and I set this in March of 2021, and I have a goal of 135.9. I know I can do it. Like, I lose so much time, I think. Yeah, I go down to 60 kilometers. Oh my goodness. No wonder I'm a 139. Yeah, this is a 135able time. I just need to learn a better, and not do that apparently, but I need to learn a better, shroom strat. Or shroom landing, or I don't know, double cut, a better double cut. Yeah, 61, almost down to 50 kilometers an hour. All these 2021 times are so funny to watch. It's like a blast from the past. I used to be so full of myself. I barely cleared that. I mean, at least my recoveries were good, but oh my gosh, that was slow. I didn't even check to see what my laps were. 33.4. Lap 3. Yikes. Yeah. These are doable. Now on to Bowser's Castle 3. One of my most improvable tracks. Out of every track I have, this is my most improvable. And the reason is, and you'll see at lap 1, so I'll keep my mouth shut until after lap 1, but I have a goal of 218.9. Again, you'll see why here in a second. But I've always liked this track. I always thought this track was fun. For 2022 driving, I said this in May of 2022, but for 2022 driving, this is pretty good for my standards. No wheelie nudges, no back and forth rocking. But I got a 46.5 lap 1, and I had 4 or 5 lows. My best ever lap 1 is a 0.3, if I'm not mistaken, and my best lap 2 is a 0.2. And I actually had a pace 46.4, 46.2, and then I flubbed lap 3. I don't remember what happened. I don't think I remember the flop cycles. But as you can see, I got a whole bunch of high tricks. Yeah, watching this, I'm just like, I know I could easily get a 218. You know, it's been long enough. I think it's about time I get it. 47.0. But yeah, for a 2-year-old PB, I will say this is not, I mean, this is pretty bad lap consistency wise, but I will say my potential is pretty dang good. Or no, why not? My consistency is not pretty good. It's pretty bad, but like if I can get consistent, I should say, this will be a PB that will be very fun. And this might be one of my first ones I do outside of Wario's Gold Mine and Rainbow Road, but overall, barely got the sub. Should have kept going, but I quit because I was like, screw this. But yeah, 46.5, 47.0, 47.4. So I can improve a lot of places. Now, onto my favorite track out of Mario Kart Wii, DK Jungle Parkway, 214.8. Yeah, okay, so I did set this. Yep, I set this at the beginning of, or the end of January of this year, and my goal is a 213. And I've had a whole bunch of mid 44s. Like I'm talking like I think my best pace ever is a 44.5, 44.5. And then I flubbed somewhere stupid. Oh, I flubbed the ramp section for some reason. I like suck and couldn't get a mini turbo. But yeah, 44.5 right out the gate. I know my potential is insane on this. I think my best ever, I have a video of it. I think my best ever lap is a 44.3. So the potential is there, but typical Parkway, it's all up to luck. I think one thing I'll do when I come back this year is learn the more consistent shroom strat. I think it's more consistent. I just know it might be a more reliable shroom strategy because it might make this more tough. Because you know you can't go too wide. You have to go narrow like this. Oh, I remember that. I remember this. Hit the smack the ball and I got a 45.4. Man, I said it this year and I totally forgot about that. That is hilarious. And I wonder what my lap 3 is. Because this is pretty decent driving overall. $44.8. Okay. So yeah, had it been like a 44.4, we could have been looking at a 213.8, but that's okay. Now this is a really old time as well. January of 22. I've always been trying to go for the 132 here. I just don't know why I didn't. But we're sitting at a 113.217, and I set this in July of 2022. My goal here is a mid. My goal here is a mid, or sorry, low 132. Nothing really to say about this run. I struggle with this right here. Oh, well, apparently I got it there. Never mind. I guess I don't struggle with that. I just inconsistent. But I think the slit. I don't even know where I could go wrong here. I haven't played this track in so long. I don't even remember. I have no idea. I have no idea. Yeah, it's pretty average. Me missing the second trick. But oh, well, there we go. There's my blunder. The fact that I still got a 0.2, 31.2 lap is kind of insane. Hit the grass, got a slip, went really wide. So, you know what? Not terrible. It's definitely improvable, though. I definitely think I could get a 132 now. Yeah, easily. I think a 131 would be cool, but that could be another time. Yeah, so 30.9, 30.9, 31.2. Not terrible. Now we're on to the last cup, whatever it's called. Mario Circuit 3, 119.4. Set of this year in March. I just hate this track. Enough said. This happens to be like a track that no matter what I do, I just can't improve on it. Like I come back, I don't get the splits, and I don't like get the necessary splits to be like, man, I want to push this. Like this is like one of the very few tracks where my inconsistency like goes out the window. But I think a 118.9 this year would be nice. It's one of those like final subs where it's like, you know, that'd be nice. Really wide at the shroom, and I'm not really soft drifting as much, so that's kind of losing me time. Oh my gosh, hit the dirt. Yeah, not very happy with this time, but that's okay. 26, 6, 3, and 4. Wow. My first lap wasn't very good. Now on to Peach Gardens. 203.886, and I set this in February of 2021. Actually, this would be my oldest PB then. My goal here is a 201. I'm going to do this with the Flame Flyer. Flame Flyer, what the hell? Yes, 201 with the Flame Flyer is coming. But no, I meant to say I'm going to do this with, I'm going to get a 201 with the Flame Runner, or Bowser Bike, or whatever it's called. And we are going to cook, because this is... I think my best lap, if I remember being, I think I actually have a picture of it on Snapchat, but I think my best lap was like 40.7. So 202 is real. For the time being, 201 is not real. It's not in my splits, but I played this with Spear. I tried to play this with Spear Auto, and I think I got a 203.99 something way back then with Spear Auto. So it's, whatever it is possible. Just not at the moment. You could definitely tell this is timid driving because I have no idea what I'm doing. 4 years ago, or 3 years ago. Coming up on 4 years ago. It's kind of wild. Got 40.988 and I'm driving like an idiot. Bounce of the century. This driving is horrendous. So excited now to play this track because I can't wait to not look at this anymore. But this is, I mean, what do I expect? This is 2021 driving. Almost hit the wall. Almost Casey'd it, but that's okay. But 41, oh my gosh, 41.1, 40.9, 41.7. Gosh, struggle bus. On to DK Mountain though, 213.125. Set this in February of 2022. And honestly, this was just a PB to check the block. I hadn't had a PB on this track, and I was like, I think it's about time. Ooh, really went flying. Typical DKM here. See how... Oh my gosh, dude, this is so bad. But my goal here is a 208.9. Watching this is cringe. This is more like a cringe compilation than a PB review, but 208.9 is definitely in my cards. You know, I understand it now. I could do it. I can do way better than this. Me trying to go for the... you know what? That wasn't that bad. Well, I'll take that. That's okay. .44.0. Gosh, this is horrible. It's painful. It's like, I think this is one of my most painful PBs to watch. Between the, like RR was like Rainbow Road wasn't even that bad. Rainbow Road wasn't even cringy. It was more just like a nostalgic, like me figuring out the game. This is just horrible to watch. Like you could tell where I like somewhat understand how to like play this track, and then like after this section, it's just horrible. It's just me learning on the fly essentially. It's crazy to think Logan's done by the time I'm finishing up the little turn skip there. This track will be a track that can easily go down. So I just got to put in the work and I'll see it. But yeah, 0.7, 0.0, 0.2, all 44s. Yikes. But we're on to the last track, so I definitely want to say thank you if you made it this far. Thank you guys for watching. Time flies. Time has flown. But going on to the track now, 234.1, set in January 2024. My goal here is at 232. It's possible. I've had 250, hit a 50.9 and a 50.8 lap 1 and lap 2. So it's definitely possible. It's just I struggle lap 3, mostly because I don't remember the cycles, and then I drive really conservatively. This is kind of bittersweet because this is the first PB I set. I didn't set this one on stream, but this was one of the first tracks I ever time trialed on TikTok on live last year, and it was really fun, and that's where I got a lot of my viewership from. So and I actually got a lot of my viewership now from Mushroom Gorge, but you know, this is kind of what kicked it off stream wise, so it's very nice to kind of watch this. Kind of funny how it's the last track too, but yeah, it's not horrible driving either. It's actually pretty decent, or maybe it's not decent. Maybe people would beg to differ there, but definitely had worse. But I think my PB before this was like a 237.4. It's on my YouTube. It's like 3 years back. But no, I remember I specifically wanted to play this track because I wanted to beat the Fast Staff Ghost, and I did. Obviously, it wasn't this run. It was like a 0.3, but I wanted to get a 233, but kept getting cocked. So we ended up with the 234.1. That's okay. But as we move to the very end, I do want to say thank you. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. No wonder I failed. But thank you guys very much for watching. You know, if you enjoyed the content, you know, definitely hit me up with a follow or a like for the video, because I definitely want to get more into long form content. I just got to get familiarized with it. So this is kind of like my first attempt doing this. But that rounds out my PB sheet. So once I pass the finish line, that rounds out my PB sheet. So thank you guys very much for watching. I really appreciate it if you stuck around for the whole video. Other than that, I greatly appreciate everybody's time. Thank you very much.